Hey, my name is Jen. I discovered Healing Embodied in October of 2022. I had always struggled with anxiety for my whole life, but I was in a season where for a couple of months I was having very extreme bouts of panic attacks. I was having crazy heart racing, obsessive thinking and worrying about things. At the time, I was in a very stressful, high demanding job. I had met a man earlier that year who had really rocked my world and started to change, I should say, my perception of what romantic love really was and what was valuable in it. And I had never experienced something quite like it, and I was very confused. And the confusion had been almost putting me in this state of freeze and massive panic where my heart was racing so much that I couldn't sleep. I had stopped eating. I lost a significant amount of weight in a short period of time. Friends and family were really worried. I had been scaling up my cognitive behavioral talk therapy. I was trying to see about getting on some sort of anxiety medication. I had been coming off of a birth control. My hormones were all over the place. Basically, I was experiencing one of the scariest moments of my life and felt completely helpless and powerless, feeling like something was wrong with me. So I would lay in bed and just start Googling things, as we do, to try to solve our problems. And I remember I had discovered Chelsea on their YouTube channel answering some questions about what I didn't know at the time was ROCD, or relationship obsessive compulsive fixation, all of that. I didn't realize that that was a thing. Of course, we've all heard of OCD, but I didn't know that it was related to relationships in that way. And started to really feel connected for the first time for somebody that really seems like they understood things I was going through, and started going through more of her YouTube videos and had discovered through that her podcast. And over a couple months, I was listening to some episodes of her podcast, really feeling like the content resonated, and discovered her Trust and Love program through that. At first, I was a little hesitant to join. I had been doing so many things to try to get my answers and help me that I was spending a lot of money on things. I was, increasing my cognitive behavioral therapy sessions, and getting on the anxiety medicine. So I was having all these doctor appointments and various things, but I decided if there's one thing that you're never going to regret investing in, it's your mental health. And joined for a 3-month Trust and Love program, where I was introduced to their community Facebook page and did some weekly group workshops and live sessions with other people who were experiencing similar bouts of relationship anxiety. For me, there was something very, very different about these group workshops and sessions as opposed to, conventional talk therapy. I was able to see that there were individuals like me that even if they didn't have the exact same fears or the exact same problems, they were also experiencing very similar bouts of relationship anxiety and general broad anxiety. The course that they enrolled you in helped you learn more about different states of your body and physical reactions to fear. It was extremely helpful for me to learn about expanding my window of tolerance through actual feeling of emotions in the body. I think most therapies focus so much on what you're thinking and trying to find an answer, wherein Healing Embodied was different for me because for once I stopped actually trying to get an answer and started to allow my body to just experience and feel what it was feeling all the way through, and realize the beauty of the impermanence of states of emotions, that they ebb and flow and pass when you give them room to be experienced and felt. I found the 3 months of the program extremely, extremely valuable for me. While it didn't entirely fix my anxiety, it allowed me the opportunity to realize that I could be with these states of anxiety and I could get through them. I could allow myself to feel some of the things that I thought would be so scary and just an end-all experience to have to feel, and realize that I could feel it and get through it. I started to realize that I could be safe within myself and manifest and curate and become my own form of safety. And I started to really appreciate my partner more. I already had very much appreciated him, but had realized the similar protective, safe, beautiful grace and kindness that he gives me every day, and started to notice that I could still have states of fear, but realize that I was making a conscious choice to choose a partner that could work with me through these things and be empathetic and be understanding and be compassionate. At the end of the 3 months, I decided to end my time with Healing Embodied for strictly financial reasons, and was very delighted to find that right after me and some of the people in our group exited, Chelsea and Sarah and team decided to create a alumni Facebook group for us all to still stay connected to people we had sessions with in our own individual pods. And this sense of community is something I realize extends way beyond a financial gain for the women of Healing Embodied. This is really truly about caring for the people that go through the program and making sure that they still have support. And there's something about that really speaks to their character and makes me very happy that I enrolled in the program and know that I could have lifelong support. Look, at the end of the day, I know that any kind of mental health is expensive. This to me was 110% worth the cost, and I dare say that it goes beyond just mental health. There's some sort of physical component of this. Obviously, Healing Embodied, your body is involved, but this has definitely opened my world to expand beyond mental fixation and realize that it is a holistic body experience that can be felt, dissipated, and soothed by myself. It was the first time in many years that I realized that I could be my own solace, and that's something that money can't buy. I made this testimonial video not for any sort of benefit other than to let people know that there are programs like this that branch beyond traditional talk therapy and can help you make leaps in a short period of time. I've only been involved with Healing Embodied for less than a year and already feel like it is more valuable than 8 years of talk therapy. If you're on the fence, just give it a try for a few weeks or a few months. It's really something I don't think you're going to regret.